And welcome into the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. As I want to welcome in my podcast co-host. He is in the upstate, Mr. Carolina Jackpot, Kale Hall. Kale, what's up, buddy?
Not a whole lot, guys. How are you all doing this evening? This fine hump day.
Hump day, yeah. Anyway, Jackpot. I didn't tell Jackpot about the the free food thing. Well, I'll give it to you right now, Jackpot. Our friends to the south of both of us, Coastal Carolina, had the following video, and I'm going to play it for us right now. They are giving away, to give you the gist of it here, they are going to give away free concessions at their game this season, all home games for football. Check this out, Jackpot. This is how they announced it. There you go. Oh, come on, play. What the hell? Let's try. It says, all right, well, reload. Come on. All right, well, we'll just have to tell you about it from here. So they did a whole video thing about it where if you go to a Coastal Carolina game this season and you will get to eat for free. So you could take the kids down, go watch the Shots play. Here, let's see if the video will play. Come on. Yes, I know the cookies. Holy shit. There's their coach. Since Jamie Chadwell left them to go to Liberty to find Jesus. That's kind of what everybody does. But basically what the deal is that every game this season, they'll partner with their concessionaire Airmark, where you can go to a Chanticleer's game and you get free concessions. They will give you up to 4 concession items every time that you go up there. So you can get hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, and fountain drinks. No limits.
What's Uncle Lou doing up there in the corner?
I don't know. I guess he's where he's paid to stream. I don't know. Something with Uncle Lou. I don't know. Anyway. So the gist of it, though, is that they are doing free concessions, Jackpot. And you can go and have all the food you want.
I wonder what the catch is.
There is no catch. It says it on the website. No limit to the number of in-game visits, but fans must scan each trip through the line with the soon-to-be-launched Coastal Carolina Athletics app. Now, specialty items from outside food and vendors and alcohol will always will remain available for fans to purchase. But, hey, if you want to go have hot dogs and Coke and nachos and all that good stuff, go to Coastal Carolina this fall. Now I wonder
what they're going to do if some big bastard the size of Yokozuna comes in there. His little scan card and commences to make a buffet out of their concession line.
Well, I mean, I don't.
They
Look,
might
how much?
reconsider.
Well,
They're just
I mean, how much?
after the App State game, guys.
I don't even know, man. All I can tell you is this: it is a brilliant piece of marketing, and in the end, I mean, they're probably they may raise the price of tickets. I don't know, but think about this for a second: if Coastal Carolina, the tiny little college down there in Conway, can have their home games set up where if you come to that, you get free hot dogs and everything else. Why can't Clemson and South Carolina do it besides the fact that they're greedy motherfuckers?
Well, there really isn't one.
So the cost of going to a college football game is absurd. I mean, it is absurd. If you wanted to go see, like, even the in-state matchups, like, South Carolina playing the Citadel, Clemson playing, I mean, whatever. Those are still like $90 a piece, okay? Now, if you want to go to one of the ACC or SEC games, it's like $100 and something per ticket. So it is an absolute, if you want to take, if I decided I wanted to take my wife and the 3 kids just to get in the door, if we went to the cheapest game, would be like $600 in theory, just to get in the door. And then they're going to charge you $7 for a fucking hot dog. Yeah, it's not.
Oh yeah, that's ass.
Yeah, well, look, I think they're going to watch and see how this works. But I bet you Coastal's games this fall will be sold out. And you will have all the kids there and everything else. And I think that's the avenue. And if it works and they don't lose their ass, if Yokozuna doesn't come and 5 of those eat them out of house and home, I mean, this could be something that other programs have to look at, and Coastal lead the way. So
I just hope they don't. I hope they do it right and don't try to cheapen the thing, because I remember the Greenville Drive games. I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, when I still went to some of those with my son. It was on Thursdays. It was like 99-cent beer night, right? And the draft beer that they gave you for 99 cents was in a container the size of a Dixie cup, like you would have in your bathroom.
Yeah,
to wash your mouth out with when you're brushing your teeth. So, yeah. Hopefully the hot dogs aren't like the size of the chili pup from Crystal Burgers. The little dinky that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they do with that. But I think it's brilliant what they're doing, and we'll see if it works. But I'll tell you what,
a couple of years ago, a hot dog and a Coke cost him $22 at Truist Park. I believe it. I remember, I think it was 2016. Yeah, I think it was 2016. I took my son to a Cincinnati Reds game. And that was before everything started going out the damn roof. And I remember a 20 or 24-ounce Miller Lite was $14. And that was, almost 10 years ago. So,
yeah,
that's outrageous. Hell, you can go down to the damn corner store and get that for $2.
I don't know, but if it works, it'll be great.
Now, are they going to also have the free concessions at the Myrtle Beach Bowl?
I don't think so. Fuck. I mean, this is just Coastal Carolina.
Well, that's not right.
Jackpot, we need to commit to go to the Myrtle Beach Bowl. We could drive down there. The game's at noon. We could probably get a ticket for $1 because no one wants to go to that fucker. We could sit there, and if they're giving away free hot dogs, we have to go then. If they extend it to that, we got to go. Because we'll get a ticket for $1. You know we will for the Myrtle Beach Bowl.
Only if it's on a weekend day. Somebody's going to have to go put out my
it'll be a couple of shit teams, South Carolina, Louisiana Tech, something like that. It'll be a great game, though.
Shit. Okay.
I'm just saying it might be fun. I don't know. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to put out there this evening was it looks like your basketball coach has decided, I'm going to get some players. He got Michi Johnson, convinced him to come back. Like, why the fuck did you leave in the first place?
Yeah, really.
And then he got some kid from South Florida that averaged some points. So
yeah, and he was at Grand Canyon before that. Then he's picked up a couple earlier over the weekend too. Man, that's crazy. Michi Johnson comes back. Guy did absolutely nothing for his career this year. Nothing.
Yeah.
And what, man? What? Jesus, how much eligibility does this guy have? I mean, it seems like he's been around for 10 years.
Here's my thing, and I know that I sound petty when I say this, but if we took care of you before, and you were a student athlete here, we helped you with your education and everything else, helped you with NIL, whatever it was, and then you left us, and then you want to come back, it's kind of like, nah, because I already know that you don't really care about the program.
Well, I mean, it was just like last year. Well, maybe it was the year before. I'm not sure. He was at the baseball game, and he was out like hanging around with the little kids and stuff, and flashing the Spurs up. I mean, you could tell he enjoyed being here, and that this was home.
Yeah.
And so he came back home. Really, it was a welcome home moment.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. So you don't have any issues with him coming back? Is what you're saying? Come back, and we can embrace the Garnet.
No, dude, I don't have any morals anymore as far as that goes. I mean, it's just whatever they're going to do. I mean, nothing surprises me anymore. So no, I don't. He was good when he was here. What was I going to say? The Tater sports writer David Hood, I saw it posted on Facebook. They're posting something about the Jabari Thomas kid that plays for us. He entered the transfer portal yesterday, I think. He was posting something up about what years he's played and where he's been at. They can't seem to find – he doesn't have any eligibility left. He played 4 years, and he didn't have a COVID year, and he wasn't injured. So, dude, you can't get in the transfer portal if you don't have any eligibility left.
Maybe he forgot to go to math class and learn that 4 years means 4 years.
Well, I guarantee he probably forgot to go to plenty of them. Probably
so. Anyway, yeah, that was the other thing that I saw that I thought was interesting. We're getting, the NFL draft's coming up. We can talk about that. Whatever is coming your way. But free food leads the way this evening. As Coastal Carolina, if you go to their football games this fall, you get free drinks, free non-alcoholic drinks, by the way. Free fountain drinks is what it says on the website. And hot dogs, nachos, popcorn. That's what you get. So there you go. Oh, jackpot. I wanted to tell you, last night, that old hag was put to bed as Loyola Chicago got eliminated from the NIT. I know you were happy to see that old biddy go on her way, as you called her, as they lost to Chattanooga.
They lost to the Snake?
They lost to the Snake last night. It was a close game, but Loyola Chicago and their old hag were eliminated last night.
Did the Snake win the NIT?
The Snake plays in the final.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're in the final for the NIT, but it's at, like, Look, you remember like when the Gamecocks won back-to-back NIT
The
titles?
NIT has really hit the down. It's
Really
really gone downhill if a Southern Conference team is about to win it. I mean,
Well, not even that. So they used to have it at Madison Square Garden, and it would sell out. It looked like a full
yeah,
arena.
yeah,
These
that's where
things that
Carolina played at when we won it back to back. I can't remember who we beat. I think they beat Maryland for it one year. I want to say somebody would be. That's a great trivia question. I'm pretty sure I beat Maryland for it one year, and I think they beat Saint. Was it St. Joe's?
Yeah, I think it was St. Joe's one year.
Yeah, I seem to remember them playing Syracuse too. I don't remember exactly, but anyway. Yeah, Madison Square Garden though, and that.
But now it's at Hinckley Fieldhouse, and I was watching some of this game last night, and it looked like I used to play church league basketball. We had more people look like we had at our church league games to watch our stupid asses trotting up and down the damn floor than the snake and the old hag. It was
Well, the Hinkle Fieldhouse is a storied facility, though, right?
yeah, I mean that's where they filmed Hoosiers, so but apparently no one gives a shit if it's the snake and the old hag playing against each other.
Matthew says, don't mistreat the old hag. Says she seems like a nice person. Yeah, she just seems like it. She seems like it. But
I'm
you
only
don't
giving
know.
it because I don't think that Jackpot knew that she was a 104-year-old nun. I don't think Jackpot knew that when he called her, who's this old hag cheering these people on? He had no clue who she was.
There's no way. She's not 104, man.
She's 104 years old.
Holy motherfuck.
Yeah. You feel bad for calling her an old hag now, or
no? No, but I mean, I'm just like Mark. I mean, if she's 104, she's been called worse than that.
I'm sure she has. Yeah, she's 104 if I remember correctly. But anyway, so I'm gonna put the link out here. Final Four is this weekend too. Jackpot's women are gonna play Texas for the fourth time this season. See if they can advance to the NCAA championship game.
Yeah, I think they're on a collision course to take on UConn. So that's gonna be tough. I mean, that's kind of like in terms of basketball dynasties for the women. That's kind of like old school versus new school. Right. I mean, as in South Carolina's been. I mean, they've been on top here for a few years, but still, Gino Ori, he's an OG.
Yeah.
And he's the big dog, and we're coming to his yard.
So. Well, here's the other thing. First of all, yeah, I Googled it. Sister Jean was born in 1919. And she is a legit 104 years old.
Oh my gosh, man. That is like she was born 5 years after my grandma. And my grandma passed away in 2002. And she was 88 when she passed away, or 87. Good gracious alive.
Well, she's obviously living right. She's 104 years old, and she's got somebody to roll her in and out to these games. So there you go. Anyway, so Sister Jean, 104 years old, or as Jackpot calls her, the old hag.
I think we should invite her to the Slob Olympics next year.
She'd probably beat y'all with the damn clown shoes. She definitely could spell better than half you bastards. We know that. I
didn't get a chance to spell. I could have spelled my words right.
That's piss poor coaching by Uncle Lou. We've talked about that. I mean, that is a shame.
That was roster management, but in his defense, I did say that I could run, which proved to be not true. So
either way, poor coaching by Uncle Lou. He should do better next time. Anyway. Octavian says, I send Rob my pictures from the FSU and Gators softball game today. I Okay.
Are you amazed, Rob, about what you saw there?
I haven't. I don't know how he sent me the pictures. I just sent them to me there, Octavian. Did like telepathy? I don't know. I don't know how that shit worked out. But anyway, there's that. Anyway, look, the other interesting stat for the South Carolina women is that the other 3 teams that are in the Final Four all beat them this year. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texas, UCLA, and
UConn. And
Gino.
UConn handled them at home. It
Mhm.
wasn't. I mean, it wasn't
blown out. That was bad.
It was a bad. So the idea that South Carolina's going to roll through is kind of like,
well, that should have been a wake up call.
Yeah. Well, you can make an argument. The Texas game with them was they got fucked by the refs. You can
if we win the national championship, that loss to Connecticut would be best thing that ever happened to us. That's where it all started.
By the way, you want to talk about butthurt individuals? Remember we talked about on Sunday about how the women's program loses money, blah, blah, blah. The comment section had some Iowa fans in it, and they were still ass hurt from last year. And they were talking about, well, the reason that the Iowa program makes money is because we play basketball the right way. It's more of a finesse and shooting game with us. South Carolina doesn't make any money because no one wants to go and see bully ball. No one wants to see.
They regularly put 18,000 asses in the seats. How many asses do they put in the seats?
Well, that's the thing. And, there was one Gamecock fan that got it completely right. Look, the last time we played you, you had probably one of the best players on the planet, and we beat your ass. And you know what? We don't get to play you again because you're not good enough to be here. Thanks for coming.
They're probably always having to work. They're probably having to always work on the plumbing at that arena that Iowa plays in, because if they sell out a lot of games, when those fans go in there and shit in those bathrooms, they're clogging them up with corn.
Oh, okay. Well, that might be true.
So yeah, it's a thing. I mean, they have to put coal in their toilets in Iowa and those states like that, those Midwestern states, because coal breaks down stuff like corn, cream of wheat, anything like that they consume a lot of that can clog up a toilet.
Are you ribbing me?
Are
you ribbing me? Come on now.
No,
they just grab some charcoal and throw it down the toilets because they're all
not charcoal, coal like that comes from the ground.
So they put coal in their toilets because they eat a lot of corn.
Yes.
People talking about the Braves too over there.
They were winning a while ago.
They're 0-7 on the season. They're going to win a game eventually. I mean,
they're up 5-2 right now, so it's looking like.
Well, they were up 5-0.
That first victory.
I don't know. Look, you could also make an argument they played 2 of the better teams in the damn league.
I have a feeling they're going to break out. I have a feeling they're going to break out and be just fine.
I think they'll finish at least. They're gonna finish over the 500 mark, even though they started 0-7. I still think that.
They will.
But anyway.
They'll probably win the damn thing. They got lots of. I mean, what was the name of that outfielder? What was the name of the guy that was hurt all last year?
Oh, Ronald Acuna. He's coming back.
When does he come back?
He's supposed to be back here shortly. Also, the other ace, Spencer Strider, Clemson alum, he's coming back. So you'll have a hell of a 1-2 punch with Chris Sale and Spencer Strider. Yeah, I mean, there's that. So you remember when Spencer Strider almost no-hit the Gamecocks the one time he pitched against them? You don't remember that, do you?
Yeah.
He almost no-hit him. It was the COVID year. And he almost no-hit the Gamecocks. He didn't give up a hit. Somebody in relief gave up a hit in the 8th or 9th inning or whatever, but they one-hit him in that shithole they play baseball in down there.
That was in the COVID year?
Yeah, that was the COVID year, and they suspended the season after that. So
I don't even remember even playing baseball the COVID season.
Yeah. Octavian, welcome to the program, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Welcome to the tunnel, Octavian.
Hello, sir. Hello. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
No, not
Can
really.
you hear me now?
You sound like
He sounds like he's in a manhole.
either that or he's like in a tunnel, like he's at one end of like a tunnel, and I don't know. Octavian, you want me just to say the things you normally say? Florida's going to win the national title. Fuck Georgia. Fuck Tennessee.
South Carolina.
South Carolina. There you go. I've said
We
everything you
lost to
normally would say.
FSU. We lost to FSU in softball. I can't believe it.
Okay, well, I'm
That's
sorry to
not
hear that.
good. I wanna rant.
Hey, are you still upset that your head basketball coach is a pervert? Like a
No.
certified pervert? No? Okay.
But anyway, I'll take
Will,
you some
will
pictures
you
today.
guys in the O'Connell Center? Will you guys hang a banner that says first Final Four team with a pervert coach? Will you hang a banner for that?
Oh no, Peggy and Megan. I can't stand. I can't stand Georgia. You know that.
This has nothing to do with
Peggy and Megan
Georgia. I
is
just
one of the.
wondered if you were going to hang a banner for your coach being a pervert, and they the first pervert to get into the Final Four.
We're gonna win the national championship. Sir. I don't understand what this is saying.
I,
We're gonna win the national
okay.
championship. Yeah, I don't know what y'all thinking, but we're gonna beat Auburn and we're gonna beat Duke, and we're gonna be the national champions in basketball.
Cool.
Yeah, I wish South Carolina was in the Final Four. We'll beat them too.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean,
we already experienced that, so kind of
Yeah,
boring. Like somewhere we never been before.
okay.
yeah. I was just upset our softball team lost to Florida State today, 4-0.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that was just a history.
Octavian,
And I sent you some pictures. Rob, I sent you some pictures of the Gator softball team. Since you love to talk about them, I
where
sent you some pictures of the
I
Gator
know, but
softball
where
team.
did you send them to, sir?
I sent it to you on Facebook,
Oh, you
sir.
sent it to me on Facebook? Okay. Let me see. Hold on, I'm looking to see if you
I,
sent them. Oh, he did. He sent me. Here you go, Octavian. Like, wait a minute, Octavian. Look, there's Octavian with I guess one of the Florida players. She looks like she's happy.
mm-hmm.
And then let's see here. And there's another Florida player. There you go.
Ah,
There you go. There's Octavian. Did you tell him how did you lose to FSU today?
Yeah, I cussed him out on the way back, on the way out the stadium there. I cussed him out again. Well, Mr. Walton
So,
again, talking
hey,
to.
college girl, let me get this picture with you, and then I'm gonna motherfuck you on the way out. That's what you did. That's a very jackpot thing to do.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Those we can lost to Florida. We beat them in football, basketball, baseball. We had to give them something to cheer for. So they lost the sorry sons of guns.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Clemson plays them in 2 weeks in baseball, so I'm going to the Clemson and FSU baseball game. Represent Clemson.
Okay, well, that's a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And then we're gonna beat Auburn this weekend, therefore we're gonna be the national champions in basketball, and we're gonna take on football with DJ that way.
Yeah, I don't.
And talk about football. Schultz, if you're on here listening right now, South Carolina sucks. Please and just comprehend it. South Carolina sucks. They're going 6-6, and their coach is gonna get fired.
Hmm.
I'm just
It's
saying.
really funny to me. Look, I am no fan of Shane Beamer. I think he's just not very good. But it's funny to me that Florida fans are all talking this shit about South Carolina and their program when they wanted to fire that damn highway, that state trooper they have on the damn sidelines 5 games into the season last year.
Your athletic director had to stand up for him and write a letter to everybody and put it on social media, letting them know, hey, he's not getting fired. Stop rumors.
We're gonna fire him. If he loses to Miami and LSU 2-2,
Well, they should have fired him because he doesn't know what he's doing.
we start 2-2. He's gonna get fired.
Doesn't know what he's doing.
You heard
All
me?
right, well, Octavian, you sound your phone's just messed up, man. You gotta, I don't know what's going on with your phone.
All I gotta say is this.
I think he dropped it in the mud.
I think fuck FSU, fuck South Carolina, and fuck Georgia.
Thanks, Octavian. Appreciate it.
Have a good evening.
There you go.
Octavian joining the
There you
program.
go.
Sure, everyone's experience was enriched by that, like mine was.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Let's all give thanks.
way to go, Octavian. Anyway, so there's that. The internet is spotty. I mean, I don't know what the deal is. Maybe he's trying to call us from the Popeyes and it was messing him up, you know? So, I don't know. Anyway, Octavian joining the program there. Also, what else do we have? Anything? We have anything else to get into tonight, Jackpot? Did you want to pick winners in these for the Final Four games?
Yeah. I
I
want to get into that.
I gotta look at the. I mean, I'm still gonna stand by what I wrote earlier or what I put out there earlier, that I think that Florida's gonna win it all. But
Yeah.
Duke looks good too, though. So you got.
I think Duke's gonna hold the water for the ACC.
Okay. So you got Duke and Houston, and then Auburn and is it Duke? I think that's the way it goes. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. So we're looking at the bracket here. Yeah, Duke. Make sure I got it right here. Yeah. So Auburn's going to play Florida. Those teams have played each other already this season. And Duke gets Houston. Give me Duke and Florida to win, and then Florida to win the title. So
you don't think old Neckbeard and the other jackass and slimy ass Bruce Pearl can pull a win out of their ass for that one?
Well, it's kind of like if I had I really don't like any of these teams, to be honest with you. But if we're trying to,
you don't like them personally, or you don't like them as a.
No, I don't.
You don't think they're elite?
I don't like them I mean, they're all good basketball teams. I just don't like their programs. Like Bruce Pearl's a cheater. He's been caught over, and the whole thing with that. Kelvin Sampson cheated at Oklahoma and had to leave there to go to to Houston. And then Duke is Duke. They get calls from the refs forever. I still have issues with Duke. And then Florida's got the pervert head coach. There's something to dislike about all four of these teams.
Yeah, I dislike the two SEC teams obviously a lot. Both of them for different reasons. However, I still dislike both of them. So henceforth, that's why I picked Duke. That's why I liked them from the beginning. They're going to hold the water for the conference because the conference was down bad this year, and faced a lot of ridicule. But if they can produce a natty winner, it's really a lot you can say.
Yeah. Well, someone asked us to pick the women's games too. I like South Carolina over Texas, and I like UConn, and I think South Carolina's going to win it. I really do. Unless.
So you think they're going to beat UConn?
Yeah. Yep. Don Staley's too good of a coach, and for another I don't care who it is, to come in and beat her twice in a season. I just don't see it happening. Just don't see it happening. She'll figure it out. She's that good. So
I'm watching some of this AEW wrestling on right now, and there was this match just now between these two large, burly, tattooed, bearded boys. I don't know who they were, but the manager at ringside, I thought looked fairly familiar. The bald-headed gentleman, I finally identified who that was. Don Callis. You know who that was? That was that guy that was in WWF years ago. It's the Jackal that had the weird faction with like Kurgan and those other.
They were the oddities, weren't they? There was
yes. Now his head's totally shaved bald, and he wears a pair of sunglasses. He looks like Playboy Gary Hart.
Okay.
It was like 25 years ago when, or more than that. Gosh,
Jay,
there's still a lot of people that are active on these rosters, like this guy, and Jericho's on here. I think Jeff Jarrett is on here sometimes. Like, I mean, 25 years ago. I mean, when I was like into watching this big time, I mean, they were active then. And I got to think back to 25 years ago, like 98, 99, 2000. Was there anybody from 25 years prior to that who was involved in wrestling and was coming on and getting into storylines and stuff?
Well, Sting wrestled like 8 months ago.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, so it's like, there's that. I don't know. The AEW stuff's hard to watch. I've tried it.
Bobby Lashley. Remember Bobby Lashley?
Yeah, he's wrestling with him, right?
Yeah, he was on there earlier. He was like MJF came out there and cut a promo on him, and then they gave the mic. Poor Bobby Lashley. I mean, how long has he been wrestling now? 25, 30 years?
How old is Bobby Lashley? That's a good question.
He still can't cut a promo.
That's why he's got the $1 million body, though. I mean, he looks good, I mean, he looks like he's cut out of granite. So
he was like a WWE champ back in like 2005, maybe 2004.
Bobby Lashley is 48 years old.
That's it? Yep. Damn. I figured he was older than that, but
yeah. There you go.
He used to pull the move. I don't know if he still does it or not. We would walk down to the ring, and he would just broad jump onto the apron.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar used
from
to do
the floor. Yeah, I don't know if he can still do that or not.
That's a hell of a move. Well, anyway, yeah, that's. Have you
seen the former? You remember Maven, the one that won Tough Enough one? Remember Maven? He's got a really wildly successful YouTube channel. Have you checked that out?
I've seen some of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I've watched all his videos. I like Maven.
We got to read Jay's super chat. He goes, every call from Octavian sounds like a hostage call. Thank you, Jay. Did you give me your picks for the women? You didn't give me yours.
I don't know, man. I see UConn winning the thing. I really do. I haven't liked the way that the Gamecocks have played the past couple of games. I mean, I know they've survived in advance and they've pulled it out and won, but you kind of like to see be a little bit more dominant there in those situations, and they haven't been.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. That's the best part about it is we'll see. Anyway, I think. What else you got out there, Jackpot, you want to get into before we get out of here?
Not much. Someone was asking about spring practice.
Clemson's spring game is this weekend.
Yeah, yeah, the Gamecocks. So we lost a few there. Couple offensive linemen. Nick Sharp out for the rest of the spring, and then who else? Somebody else is out for the rest of the spring. I can't remember who it was right now, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's better for them to be out now and ready for the fall, you know?
yeah. I mean, Rocket Sanders didn't even go through spring drills last year. Like some of these more experienced guys, I don't really think they need to be honest with you.
Oh, Clemson, by the way, I forgot this story. Clemson has decided to introduce the sale of alcoholic beverages on this Saturday. So it'll be the first time at
Yep.
Death Valley where they'll have the ability to buy a beer or whatever. And I'm like, well, hell.
His mic just dropped. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not, but I can't hear him. So Clemson's going to have alcohol sales. Probably a pretty smart move by the Taters. Probably have they'll probably make some significant money from that. He's just talking right away. He's just talking right away. He's not talking to anyone. I don't hear him. Can any of y'all hear what he's saying? Maybe you can't hear what I'm saying because nobody's saying anything. Billy said, "You can hear me. Can you not hear him?" You're yeah. Hopefully he'll see that there, Matt. He bumped it with his belly. He did something.
There you go. Oh, sorry about that.
Did you mute yourself?
No, my mixing board locked up on me there for a second. Anyway, I don't know who.
So what do you think about the Clemson alcohol sales? I think it's probably a smart move. I think they'll make some money off of it.
I mean, they will, but you know, people were talking about. You should be able to hear me now. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, people were talking about, well, there's kids in the stands and all that, and a couple of things come to mind. People were bringing their mini bottles and everything else into the games anyway. And to be honest, it's gotten to a point now where college games are so expensive. Okay. We will do that in a minute, okay? Anyway, it's so expensive to go. I mean, I don't know, man. I know I took Paula when she was little. I took Scarlett too. And it's like, you know, to get in and all that, I mean, it's just so expensive. But, you know, we saw people drinking and the whole 9 yards there. That it's not going to change now. The university will make, or the athletics department will make some money, is what I think will happen. But
yeah, there are 335 sexual predators that live on a 5-mile radius of Baylor. Why do they all have to meet up at Bruiser Bear's house? Says Shippus.
Jesus. Bruiser Bear walks around with hand puppets.
I'd like us to Sunday. We should let's perhaps get into talking some over/under win totals. I want to do each conference on a night. So we'll start off. We can start off with the Big 12 Sunday if you want to start with that, and then we'll do the Big 10 maybe next Wednesday, and then the ACC and SEC after that. How's that sound?
That sounds good. So you want to
Give us a little bit of time. We got to look up a little bit of stuff on these teams. I think it's a fair shot to go on ahead and start looking at over/under totals and predicting some stuff here, because I'll be quite honest with you. I don't think anybody's going to change or anybody's going to sign any game-changing elite people during the spring portal window. I just really don't. I think the teams have pretty much taken the shape that they're going to take. I don't think South Carolina. I don't remember us signing anybody last year during the spring window.
I don't think so either. I think everybody pretty much had their team set by like the February, basically, right? No big.
Well, they've already said it. What's his name? Mike Fury already came out and said the other week when they interviewed him why they decided to not take a wide receiver from the transfer portal. And it was because, we were afraid they might not align with our values here and blah, blah, blah. Well, that's not true. They were going to try to take a kid from Penn State after the playoffs were over with. That's Harrison Wallace III, and he wanted too much money. So they let him go on his merry way. So that wasn't true. I mean, come on.
I don't know with the transfer portal. Let's welcome in.
Go on ahead and say it. They wanted too much now money and we wanted to pay it because they wasn't good enough.
Paul, welcome to the program.
Guys, what's going on?
Paul.
Hey, so just wanted to jump in here. First one is let's talk about Mr. Michi Johnson making a return back to the University of South Carolina. I feel like after this season we had, and obviously I knew Michi Johnson transferred back to Ohio State, but I think he ended up having to sit out for some personal reasons, and I believe his dad ended up passing away. I believe he did hashtag RIP Pops. So I think he'll be kind of glad to come back, and that was probably something family issues with him coming back, but going back to Ohio State. But after the season we had, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't, welcome him back. I mean, I think him and with a few other of those transfer guys, we should at least win 3 conference games next year instead of 2.
That's what I'm saying. You're guaranteed to be. You're a program on the rise because you can't be any worse than you were last season. Because last season you were a shithole.
Right. Yeah, I'm.
Well, they couldn't finish games. They were lazy at the end of games and they couldn't finish them. So I think that's why old Quarters Up cleaned house because he didn't want those players back.
We're at a point now where everybody just says, "Oh, it doesn't work. We're just going to get a whole new team." I mean, look, Mark Pope got a whole new team and took them to the.
Imagine doing that with a football team. Jesus.
Yeah, well, I think that in football, I think you could do that with a lot of everywhere except the offensive line. You could technically re-put together your entire team and be respectable. But I think the offensive line is the toughest part because, it just requires different.
That's a developmental position.
Yep, that's the way it is. So, but Brandon says next year will be Michi's 6th year. Yeah, well, good for them.
Yeah. No, I find it. I thought it was pretty funny what you were mentioning earlier about Jamari Thomas hitting the portal. He was actually at UNCW. I was there, and then when he hit the portal, he was banned from hitting the athletes gym. So when I'd be working out at school, I'd see him in the gym with all the normal students working out every day. So that was pretty cool. But that was before he went to North Pole.
Isn't that kind of? I mean, it's like, hey, you're leaving. All right, fine. You don't get to work out here anymore. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, he was getting it out with all the normal people at the.
Is he like running pickup games with Is he running pickup games with the guys? I wonder if he was doing that.
I didn't see him doing any 5-on-5 games, but I did see him running some. There was a few other players that hit the portal too. So those guys would kind of mess around and play with some students, but I didn't see him in any of the big 5-on-5 runs that we had, in the.
That's funny. Hey, here's the. I'm not gonna play for the school, but I'll come run intramurals and drag you undergrads to hell and back.
Yeah, no, it was kind of funny because in the middle of the day they'd have some like 80-year-old professors out there hooping with some college students, and that was always funny to see as well.
Funny.
So, but yeah, last thing before I wanted to get out of here, I saw that UNC a few years ago started doing alcohol sales for basketball games. Was it an ACC conference rule that you couldn't serve alcoholic beverages, or was that just
I
specific
don't.
schools?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's a conference thing or whatever. But I, look, in South Carolina, there are a lot of things that we end up being the last on. Like up until what 5, 10 years ago, it was like if you went and got a shot of whiskey, you had to have a mini bottle. And the reason there were two places to get mini bottles, um, an airplane or in the state of South Carolina. And one of the reasons they did it
Mm-hmm.
was because there was even legislators that were talking about it. Well, the tax part of it, we can tax every mini bottle, whereas they couldn't figure out how to do the taxes on the free pour stuff. So we're backwards in a lot of things here. And, you know, it's you just have to wait. That's pretty much what it boils down to. Our state legislature is a shithole. Not to be political, but all of them should be kicked out. They all do the same stupid shit every year, and they don't even get into like what they're supposed to do, like setting a budget and all that stuff. They just want to go up there and grandstand and act like assholes. So, but anything that is good for the state, like Todd Rutherford, the representative here in Richland County, he put together legislation to bring sports gambling and casinos to our state before New Jersey got it and took it and ran crazy with it back like 10 years ago, whatever it was. That was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And Henry McMaster said the people of South Carolina don't want money from casinos. But
Well, how the fuck does he
well,
know?
hold on. Here's the kicker. Henry McMaster had to release his campaign finance, and Harris Cherokee Casino gave him a huge donation to his campaign. He may ask, why would they do that? Because Harris has built up the Harris that's in Cherokee, and if they have to come into South Carolina and build casinos, that costs more money. But so McMaster says, oh, well, the people don't want gambling money here, but he sure as shit took their gambling money to finance his campaign. But
When
you
is
know,
his term? When is his tenure going to be over?
I don't know. He is he
He's
is
been. It
terrible.
seems like he's been there for 10 years.
He took over for Haley, and then when
Yeah.
Haley left to be the UN, whatever, and he just the stuff that he's done is like just backwards.
Has he
Just
gotten more time though since he wasn't the actual?
I don't know.
He
That's a good
didn't get.
question.
He didn't get elected. He took over it as the replacement because he was the lieutenant governor. Because he's been in there for at least 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, I think. Well, he. So in 20,
I know they have the elections for governor on opposite even years from the presidential race here.
yeah. So in 2026 we'll have a new governor.
Yeah,
Which, regardless of who it is, it'll be better than this shithole. I mean, and that's just on that bill alone, where he literally said the people of South Carolina don't want gambling money, but then he took gambling money. He is terrible. Okay, son. Let Dad finish, okay? Okay. So there you go. There's that.
Yes.
Anyway, there you go. My spiel on the governor. So, anyway, you got anything else you want to put out there, Jackpot?
I don't. It's we're in that little area where it's almost time that we're really able to get some stuff to start talking about. I think.
Yeah, we're good.
After kind of a dry spell here.
Yeah. All right, Paul. Hey, appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
There you go. There's Paul. And Jackpot, I think we've had a good show, man. Appreciate it.